All right, picking up where we left off, let's just finish up this slide. Let's thank our sponsors, Orange Combs, for keeping us safe and facilitating the lacrosse drills in practice and other sports as well. Okay, so we were at the retailer. Again, each of these has a specific place. Right? The wholesaler, again, producers will sell bulk products. Again, takes a lot of inventory off the shelves. Good for the producer. The producer is willing to sell it at a cheaper price to the wholesaler, so the wholesaler will buy all this, this bulk product, and then they'll break it down into smaller products and sell them out to retailers. Multiple retailers so that they can sell those to the customer. Again, this allows for storage facilities, right? Takes ownership from the producer. They don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, as we just said, breaks down the bulk into smaller packages, and it reduces the physical contact between producer and consumer. Just because you're the producer of a product, right, the business, doesn't mean you are the person that should be the one out there marketing it and selling it, right? Sometimes it's a good thing to reduce the physical contact between the producer and the consumer. When it comes to retail, all right, the retailer, the strong personal relationship with the consumer, right? Strong personal relationship with the consumer. So, again, I might go to talk to you about this candle store that my friend owns. Let's say that she actually has a store itself, and I went in there and she was telling me about the process of making the candle, right? Well, that's actually not a great example because she would sell it to a retailer. But I may go into a small boutique to buy this candle, and she might, the person that I see at this boutique, I might be able to establish a connection or a personal relationship with that retailer, and that creates brand loyalty. All right, and I may go to that place multiple times. Let's say, it's kind of like the people at Best Buy, right? You may like the service that they give you at Best Buy. If you tell them that you're looking for a specific product, they're going to go over there and explain all the different products that they have that you're looking for, and they may try to push you towards one because they believe it best suits what you're asking for, what you're looking for out of that product. So again, you can develop a strong personal relationship with the consumer as a retailer. Hold several brands and products. You might say, oh no, that's not good. Well, people go to these retail stores to see the different brands and products that are available. So to have your product in there is very good because people will now get to see your product. They may not have heard of your website. They may not know about you. So again, online isn't always the best way to go about it. Selling in a retail store allows for people who believe in Best Buy and different stores to go in and actually see the product, right? Can often offer credit to the customer, right? These stores can offer credit. So maybe you have an expensive product. Well, the store offers credit. That person can get their hands on that product even if they don't necessarily have the money available. And then finally, have a strong brand themselves. Walmart, right? Ross, McDonald's, right? These brands have strong brands, right? The retailers that we're talking about here, right? Safeway, different grocery store, Harris Teeter, Target, right? All have strong brands, so this is where people are going to buy specific products, and they may, in fact, see your product because they have strong brand loyalty to these different stores. Internet is a more geographically dispersed market, meaning you can reach far and wide. If I'm selling a product online and someone from another country orders it, I can ship it to them, right? So I can reach people in different parts of the world, different parts of the country. But again, getting that getting the product out there, right? So they know what the product is. That's the tough part. So just because it's geographically dispersed doesn't mean it's automatically better, right? In order for the people in other countries and across the United States, in order for them to hear about the product, they have to hear about the product, and that's up to you. It's your responsibility. So again, it is good to have a geographically dispersed market, but you need to be able to get that product out to those people as far as recognition. Niche products would reach a wider market. So sometimes there's products out there that are it only is for a specific group of people, a small group of people. Let's use wrestling shoes, for example, right? If you're a wrestler, right? People don't go to the store to buy wrestling shoes as their day-to-day activity shoes for the most part, at least not that I know of, right? And there's only a small chunk of wrestlers out there, right? Running shoes, a lot of people run, right? So, you see running shoes at Dick's. Baseball and football, you see those cleats there. It's a bigger market. There's a lot of people that play those sports. They're team sports. It's not an individual sport. So again, you'll see those at, say, Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Or not Sports Authority anymore. But so let's say we're talking about wrestling shoes. Okay, if you're selling them on the internet and you have the best brand of wrestling shoes, you can reach the wider market because people aren't going to Dick's to buy wrestling shoes. They're going to go online, and you can reach that niche market from online much easier than if you were to put that into a retail store. All right. Low barriers to entry, setup costs are small, right? So it's cheap to get into this, right? So it's oftentimes where people start selling their products because it's cheap. Setup costs are small. And people can use e-commerce technology, right? PayPal, they can pay online, right? You don't have to go to that person. You don't have to get cash necessarily, right? Someone can pay for that product across the country, and that will be in your bank account within the hour, right? Licensing, a contract which allows another business to manufacture and provide a service which conforms to your license. So let's say you come up with an idea. Let's say it's a battery that lasts for, let's say it lasts for a week. You don't need to charge it. No matter what, lasts for a week, okay? This is the first type of battery that's like that. We call it the Ion Infinity. You've created the Ion Infinity battery, all right? And you specifically created this Ion Infinity battery for power tools, right? A lot of construction workers use cordless tools, and the batteries die, and I've been in the situation where when the batteries die, you have to wait for them to charge, right? Which means that you're not getting work done, and it can be an issue. So let's say you've developed a new battery that lasts a week guaranteed, right? Even if you're using it constantly, right? It's the Ion Infinity. Well, you're going to create your own power tool company, right? Are you going to start your own power tool company to compete against DeWalt and to compete against Milwaukee and to compete against Black & Decker? You're going to create your own company and try to compete against them. Maybe not, right? Maybe you do. Maybe you have the funds, the capital, the investors that are necessary to get you your own brand. But the other option that you can do is licensing, all right? So what does that mean? It means that it's a contract which allows another business to manufacture and provide a service which conforms to your license, right? So this will allow, let's say you sell it to DeWalt, right? You say, hey, I have this battery. I was going to create my own brand, but I'd like to sell it to you. It's patented. DeWalt might say, dude, that's awesome, right? Our batteries only last a day. This lasts an entire week. Wow. Yeah, we'd like to license this from you, right? So you basically go into a contract which says DeWalt is allowed to start producing your good using the DeWalt brand, and that's the important part, is using the DeWalt brand instead of you starting up your own company, power tool company, right, and having to build it from the ground up. You are now getting money for each purchase that is made of the DeWalt brand product that has your Infinity Ion battery. So it allows you to make money off the product. However, if you look right here, the licensee, the guy that ended up making the Ion battery, the Ion Infinity battery, right? The licensee gets fees. You get money for every good that's sold, but you don't get to run the business, right? DeWalt is the one that runs the business. They're the ones that call the shots. So you do lose control as far as running a business goes once you've licensed your product out, all right? And then, again, the benefit of this is the use of an already established distribution system in exchange for less control. So you lose control, but you have a distribution system like DeWalt does already in place. You don't have to go out and find people to produce this. They're going to do all of that work for you. They just believe in your product and believe it's going to be the perfect fit for their brand. All right, so these are the channel intermediaries. I hope you understand the role that a wholesaler plays. Not everyone has to go through a wholesaler. Not every product is right for a wholesaler. But if you're selling small bulk products, right, or a small product that you can sell in bulk, right, that may be cheap to make, this is a good option for you, right? Retailer, right? Again, a role for retailers as well. There's retailers, they have strong personal relationship with customers, right? If you get hired to Best Buy, if you get hired to Target, right? Part of your job is customer service, right? A big part of your job. In fact, it's probably the majority of your job is customer service, making the customers that come into your store happy and helping them with the purchases that they're making. So that's the role of the retailer again. All right. The internet, again, reaching a wider market. All right, it allows you to reach a wider market. It's cheap to start. A lot of companies start, or a lot of producers start by selling on the internet, trying to get some sales, trying to get the product out there. And then finally, licensing. If you have a good product, but you don't have a brand to back your product up, you can license that product out to another company who is already established. You lose control of the business at that point. It's up to like I said, DeWalt to make do with what your product is. They're going to sell that with their drills. So you lose the control. However, you do make money off of every product that is sold. So hopefully you understand the purpose of these channel intermediaries, and I will talk to you guys later. I'll be posting a quiz review shortly.